Alright, so this is the battery box that I made as a solution to my problem for power. This is perfectly cut to fit behind the back seat of my Jeep and the rear footwell. I put an on-off switch, but I didn't have this gauge powered by the on-off switch. This switch powers everything. I have a secondary button that you just temporarily hold down to see what the voltage is. I didn't want it constantly drawing power and stuff, even though it's little. I just didn't want that light on all the time. So just a temporary hold lets you know what your voltage is at, or you can check the app since this does have Bluetooth and everything. Anyway, so I've got just a couple 12-volt plugs on the front side. This is the back of the seats here. You can plug in a phone or something for the passenger. That's really what those are for. On the side here, I have two terminals that connect directly to the battery, so they don't go through the charge controller in case there's any issue or whatever. I always have direct access to my battery basically right here, so I can either put power in through solar or take power out to jump a car. If I'm at the house or something and I don't want to put out solar panels to keep the batteries topped up, then I use just a trickle charger that can connect directly to here that goes right to the battery. On the back side, I have one 12-volt, which I use for my fridge, my dometic, and then I have just a couple of USBs, which, you know, are just nice to have. Can never have too many in case I'm charging devices. Okay, so inside, everything is fused and wired in sequence. I have a 12-volt, 165 amp hour AGM battery from Victron, and I also have the solar charge controller, MPPT solar charge controller for the Victron. So this is a 120 solar charge controller. Right now I only have the cables coming from the battery and cables going to the load. So the load is all of my outlets, and the battery is clearly just the battery. I need to get some better ring terminals, but yeah, so this has a place here where it says PV. That would be the solar panels. If I did want to charge through solar panels, it would go directly to there, and then I would wire an Anderson plug somewhere on the outside of the box, which is probably my next thing to do with this build. I will probably put an Anderson plug down here so I can solar charge through the MPPT controller, which will be able to regulate the power consumption and direct power as needed, and just use this as emergency backup. So anyways, this should, you know, power my 75-liter dometic fridge for about 3 days continuous without needing the solar charge or anything, since this battery is quite large. Yeah, so if you have any questions about the setup, feel free to let me know in the comments. Otherwise, see you in the next one.